Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Have you ever dreamed of walking out to your balcony or backyard and picking fresh, crisp vegetables for your dinner? It sounds amazing, right? But maybe you've thought, I don't have a green thumb, or I don't have enough space. Well, I'm here to tell you that growing your own food is easier than you think. And today, I'm going to walk you through everything you need to know to get started. We'll cover which veggies are perfect for beginners, how to prepare your soil for success, and so many game-changing tips that will turn you into a home gardening pro in no time. So, grab a notepad and let's dig in. First things first, let's talk about the stars of our show, the vegetables. If you're just starting, you want to choose plants that are forgiving and give you quick results. This boosts your confidence and gets you hooked on gardening. My top recommendation for beginners is leafy greens. Things like lettuce, spinach, and kale are fantastic. You can often start harvesting outer leaves in just a few weeks, and they'll keep producing for a long time. Plus, they don't need a ton of deep soil, making them perfect for containers and pots. Next up, radishes. These are the sprinters of the vegetable world. Seriously, some varieties can go from seed to harvest in as little as 3 to 4 weeks. They're a super satisfying first crop. Just sow the seeds directly into your pot or garden bed. Keep them watered, and before you know it, you'll be pulling up these crunchy, spicy little gems. Another great choice is bush beans. Unlike pole beans that need a big trellis to climb, bush beans grow in a more compact, shrub-like form. They're incredibly productive and relatively low maintenance. In about 50 to 60 days, you'll be harvesting handfuls of fresh green beans, perfect for steaming or adding to salads. And we can't forget herbs. While not technically vegetables, growing herbs like basil, mint, parsley, and chives is a fantastic entry point. They grow well in small pots on a sunny windowsill and add so much fresh flavor to your cooking. Trimming them regularly actually encourages more growth, so you get a continuous supply. Mint is especially easy, but be warned, it can be a bit of a gardy bully and take over, so it's best to keep it in its own container. Now that we've picked our plants, let's talk about their home, the soil. This is probably the single most important factor for a healthy garden. You might be tempted to just scoop some dirt from your yard, but that's often a mistake. Garden soil can be heavy, full of clay, and might contain weed seeds or pests. For container gardening, you absolutely want to use a high-quality potting mix. So what makes a good potting mix? Look for a blend that contains ingredients like peat moss or coco coir. For moisture retention, perlite or vermiculite. For aeration and drainage, and compost or other organic matter for nutrients. A good mix should feel light and fluffy. This combination ensures that your plant's roots have access to water, oxygen, and food. The 3 things they need to thrive. If you're planting directly into a garden bed, you'll still want to improve your existing soil. The best way to do this is by adding lots of organic matter. I'm talking about compost, aged manure, or leaf mold. Spread a generous layer, about 2 to 4 inches thick, over your garden bed and then work it into the top 6 to 8 inches of soil with a garden fork or tiller. This process improves soil structure, drainage, and provides a slow-release source of nutrients for your plants. A healthy soil food web is the foundation of a productive organic garden. Think of it as creating a 5-star hotel for your vegetable roots. Alright, we've got our easy-to-grow veggies and our perfectly prepared soil. Now let's dive into some essential home gardening tips that will make your life so much easier. Tip number 1. Location. 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 Most vegetables need at least 6 to 8 hours of direct sunlight per day to produce well. Before you plant anything, take a day to observe your balcony, patio, or yard. See which spots get the most sun. That's your prime real estate for sun-loving plants like tomatoes or peppers. Leafy greens and root vegetables can often tolerate a bit more shade, so they're more flexible. Tip number 2. Watering wisely. This is where many new gardeners go wrong. The key is consistency. Don't let your soil dry out completely, but also don't drown your plants. The best way to check is the finger test. Stick your finger about an inch or 2 into the soil. If it feels dry, it's time to water. If it feels moist, you can wait. Water the base of the plant directly onto the soil, rather than soaking the leaves. This helps prevent fungal diseases, and it's best to water in the morning, which allows the leaves to dry out before the cool evening sets in. Tip number 3. Container choice matters. If you're using pots, make sure they have drainage holes. This is non-negotiable. Without drainage, water will pool at the bottom, leading to root rot, which is a death sentence for most plants. The size of the pot is also important. A tiny pot will restrict root growth and dry out very quickly. As a general rule, bigger is better. A 5-gallon bucket with holes drilled in the bottom can make a fantastic, inexpensive planter for a single tomato or pepper plant. Tip number 4. Don't be afraid to feed your plants. While good soil provides a great start, container-grown vegetables, in particular, will need a little extra food during the growing season. This is because every time you water, some nutrients are washed out of the soil. You can use a balanced, all-purpose liquid fertilizer every few weeks. Just follow the instructions on the package. Organic options like fish, emulsion, or liquid seaweed are excellent choices for giving your plants a natural boost. Tip number 5. Mulch is your best friend. Applying a layer of mulch, like shredded leaves or wood chips, on top of your soil is a game. Mulch helps retain soil moisture, so you water less often. It suppresses weeds, so you spend less time pulling them. And as it breaks down, it adds organic matter back into the soil. It's a win-win-win situation. Let's do a quick recap. We started with easy, fast-growing vegetables like lettuce, radishes, and bush beans. We learned the crucial difference between garden soil and a good quality potting mix, and how to supercharge our garden beds with compost. Then we covered 5 key tips: choosing a sunny spot, watering correctly, using pots with drainage, feeding your plants, and the magic of mulch. Starting a vegetable garden is such a rewarding journey. There is nothing quite like the taste of a sun-ripened tomato you grew yourself or the crunch of a lettuce leaf that was in the ground just minutes before. It connects you to your food and to nature in a really special way. Don't be discouraged if you have a failure or two along the way. Every gardener does. It's all part of the learning process. The most important thing is to just get started. Pick 1 or 2 vegetables that you love to eat and give it a try. You might just surprise yourself with how green your thumb really is. Thank you so much for watching today. I hope this video has inspired you to start your own home garden. If you found these tips helpful, please give this video a thumbs up and consider subscribing for more gardening guides and tips. And I'd love to hear from you in the comments below. What are you planning to grow first? Happy gardening, and I'll see you in the next video.